What's up, y'all? It's your boy Marshall, and you are tuned into With Love with Ty Cole.
What's up, folks? We are back with another episode of With Love with Ty Cole, and today really is all about love. So, the guest for today, he's somebody who has put his heart on his sleeve. He's put it out there for America, and he's still navigating the love waters in LA. Marshall!
What up?
What's going on?
What up, Ty?
Let me just tell you something, man. I thought I loved hard. You are a lover boy for real.
Yeah.
You're a Pisces?
No, I'm a Virgo.
Virgo.
Yeah.
That checks out. Because I'm like either Pisces or Virgo, especially that Virgo with Pisces men. They legit love like so deeply. And I love the fact that you are so unapologetic about it. Like you don't kind of shy away from that. What made you, or who has made you like that?
That's a great question. I mean, I feel like I've always been like that.
Okay.
Ever since I was a kid. I actually just reconnected with somebody that I went to high school with, and she said like you're the exact same person. You still love the same exact way. You still present yourself as you were back then. So I feel like that's my strong suit. Is I've always been the baseline, what you saw on your screens, basically.
Okay. We always kick off the show with a segment. It's called Love Like Mama. It's described by my mom because she's a big, big, big lover, and I'm sure she's loving it there in heaven right now. So what's one piece of love or love advice that whether your mom or a mother figure has given you that you probably didn't understand then, but it makes a lot of sense now?
Wow. There's so many to choose from, but I think the one that is resonating with me the most now is love is patience. And I didn't really understand what that meant back then. When you're a kid, you just want to put your all into something, and you don't care what happens after that. Obviously there's a chance for you to get hurt, and we all don't want to get hurt.
Right.
But when it comes to being patient and allowing yourself to feel the emotions that you need to feel at the time that they present themselves, then being patient with the other person and being patient with their emotions and what they go through, being patient with the collective.
Okay.
If you're in a relationship, being patient that you guys are going to change over the years, and you're not going to be the same person that you were when you met 5 years ago, 15 years ago.
You're kind of evolving and growing with each other.
Exactly. And so being patient in that is paramount.
Do you know or have you experienced a greater that you've evolved as a lover? Like that you've like kind of clocked like, oh wow, like I didn't realize this was something that I have now that's embedded in me as a lover that you now recognize?
Something that I didn't recognize before, but I recognize now.
Yeah, like something where it's like you kind of began to like kind of lean into this way of loving now. And you're like, oh wow, I actually enjoy loving in this kind of way versus like how I used to.
Yeah. I was a huge like physical touch kind of guy.
Okay.
I would always like have to have a pinky on you or something, It's like I would always have to touch you. And that kind of translated into like physical intimacy and like rushing into things and stuff like that. And so I've learned to kind of push that to the side and present myself in other ways. And I feel like the love language that I feel like connects with me the most is like acts of service.
Okay.
And presenting myself in that way.
Okay. I feel like a lot of times when we go through different like relationships and we're like breaking up and meeting somebody new, I also find myself sometimes like finding new ways like, oh, I actually prefer this love language now.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's basically like tailored to the person you're dealing with? Or do you feel like, I think that for you as a person, you're going to always operate in that space and that way with that specific love language?
I feel like two can be true.
Okay.
It definitely depends on the person because they have different love languages as well. And you have to learn how to love them the way that they choose to receive it or how they can receive it.
Yeah.
And that can sometimes alter how you want to receive love and how you want to give it as well. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've been engaged once or twice?
Oh boy. Well, are we including Love is Blind?
A little bit, but not too much. It's not one of those like we're gonna talk Love is Blind the whole time. But I kind of want to just have like you reflect a little bit. So do you ever question if you fall in love sometimes like with maybe potential with another person, or do you feel like there's like other reasons why? Like what have you reflected since being past that stage?
Wow. Well, to answer your question, I've been engaged 3 times.
Okay.
The first time I was really young, not to discredit that relationship and the love that I had for her.
Yeah.
But there were factors at play that I needed to heal from that I had not even begun to even think about healing, and it was validation. I was getting validation from my parents and the people around me because they loved her so much and they wanted us to be together, and it's just like, okay, I want to give them
the
something.
Influence.
Yeah, and made that fatal mistake. And
trust me, I've been there.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It was, yeah. But it's something that I needed to go through in order to have that practice, to know when to identify when things are going wrong, and when to know that you don't have to subject yourself to that person or their pain or whatever they're going through for the rest of your life if you choose not to, before you get to marriage. Obviously, if you marry that person and there are things that present themselves, you just got to roll with that.
Yeah.
And you got to adapt and evolve with that person. With the second time, Love is Blind, that was just a fever dream now at this point. I don't really think about that much. It hurt back then because it felt real.
And like America's watching.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I thought that that's what I wanted at the time. What I was craving was just companionship, and I guess my body was telling me that I was ready to commit myself to somebody on my own accord, and I didn't take the time to like really sit with that feeling when Love is Blind came around, because I was 26, so I was 3 years removed from I was still young. 3 years removed from the previous relationship, and I was like, okay, here we go, back on the horse, let's get it. I was okay with marriage then before. Let me try it again, but with a different viewpoint on it. And then the third engagement, Adrian knows a little bit about that one.
Okay.
He helped me film a part of my engagement video. It's kind of like the behind the scenes, getting the ring and all that stuff. And so that was a relationship that I've spoken pretty openly about in other mediums, but I won't beat that dead horse. Out of respect for her and what we had, but what I learned was just that I am ready. I know that I'm ready. It just got to be the right person.
Do you have an ideal of what your fairy tale ending looks like? Because I feel like, with the engagements, I can tell that you really like to curate a special moment. Like I can tell love is something that's so important to you, and you try to show that, and you try to show up with that in relationships. So what does Marshall's fairy tale look like?
Oh, I've thought about this so many times, and it's taken shapes, many different shapes and sizes.
Okay.
I don't know if I have one now. I thought that the fairy tale would have been just getting married and having the kids, the house, the white picket fence,
the dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know what that looks like now, especially in these dark times that we're dealing with. I don't know what that looks like. But
how are you loving yourself now? Like I think so for me, like I'm currently single, so I date myself all the time. Like I take myself to places, I take myself on trips, and I find different ways and things that I never explored before as I continue to love on me.
Yeah.
So what are some things you learn about yourself, and do you even date yourself and find different ways in how you love yourself?
Oh yeah. I think that's the first step in really being ready for a committed relationship, is loving yourself.
Yeah.
And so good on you for doing all those things. I feel like I try to date myself.
Okay.
I go to the movies randomly by myself.
Okay.
I'll go to a restaurant every now and then, sit at the bar, talk to the bartenders.
Yeah.
I like doing that. I enjoy being alone. But I know that I want to be with somebody. I know that I can be somebody's all, and I can be somebody's father. I could be the husband. I could be the partner, the confidant, the best friend. I can be that, and I know that I can. And so I'm just getting to the point now where I'm not putting pressure on being that.
Yeah.
Because I know that I can. Before it was, I don't know if I can. I'm going to put pressure on myself to figure out if I can and put myself in these situations to force it. And it never worked out that way. And so I've decided to be a little bit more deliberate, slow down, and find myself, love myself, and then when the right person presents themselves, then it won't be in like a perpendicular situation. It'll be parallel. She'll be doing her thing, and I'll be doing my thing, and we just happen to be on the same path, moving towards the same goal.
Speaking of doing your thing, you're really leaning into this like TikTok, Instagram world, and you have your own YouTube channel that I saw. I want to see new videos at some point. So like, where are we at in terms of like your career, and like what is something you love the most now as you enter into this new chapter in your career?
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm struggling with it.
Okay, that's real.
I've always felt like the platform that I was given on a silver platter by Love is Blind came with a responsibility. And I didn't want to be the reality star that just was doing cool stuff, going to Coachella, going to Mexico, being on a yacht. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. I felt like I needed to say something. And that inherently had a lot of pressure put on my shoulders as well. It was internal. It was like, okay, you have to say something profound. You gotta talk about mental health. You gotta do this stuff. You gotta, because there's so many people that you can reach in an instant now. The world already has enough fluff. You can be the person to kind of cut through that and present something that's substantial. And that bothered me, and it still does. But I'm leaning towards having more fun. As you mentioned before, like my TikTok, I'm trying to have more fun with it and let social media be social media, and allow my personality to come through, because someone somewhere is going to be able to resonate with the fun times as well as the down times, because I show all sides of myself on social media. I feel like social media has always been a highlight reel. I don't want to live my life like that. I want to show all sides of me.
It's not always super polished in like our worlds. Do
Yeah.
you feel like now that you've leaned into that and being more open and having more fun, do you think that's kind of healed a part of your mental health?
Absolutely. Yeah. Once you put that pressure on yourself and you don't let up, there's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
And so once you let up off that pressure, once you just allow things to happen as they may, then there's freedom in that. And I'm experiencing the freedom that I never gave myself. And I'm trying to navigate that freedom, and that's another challenge that's presenting itself to me, because with that freedom you can do anything you want. You can do whatever your heart desires. And for so long, for decades, I've been told what to do, from school to the job to societal standards. You've been told what to do, and now there's no one there to push you along. And so that's kind of where the challenge is lying right now. My mental health is great. I'm happy. I'm in Los Angeles. It's just a great city. There's so much influence out here, and it's pushing me in the right direction. And I'm now okay with it taking time. I'm okay with the time that it's going to take to get to the level that I know that I can get to.
You're in the city of dreams, that many folks will call it. So as you navigate that, what's one dream that you have to make happen? I know these are good, huh?
Yeah. One dream that I have to make happen before I leave Hollywood, or just like in general?
Both. Let's do both.
Because I'm not going to be in LA forever.
Okay.
So
this is not your like end all be all here.
No, this is just a stepping stone. Before I leave LA, I need to sell a TV show.
Okay.
I have a lot of,
because you're a writer.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I have a lot of concepts and ideas and things like that, and I'm always working on them on the back burner. I need to sell an idea that I have and let that come to fruition. Adrian and I, we talked about so much stuff together.
He's a good person to work with. Yeah, he's a good foundation. He helped me with this.
Yeah.
So.
And I just, one of the broader goals that I have to make happen before I even leave this earth is I just want to be able to be proud of the things that I have created. I know that's kind of like macro.
No.
But yeah, I just want to be proud of, I want to look at something that I made and say, I'm proud of that.
Yeah, I think that, I wish more people had that in mind, because then we wouldn't have a lot of this fluff.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, it's kind of what you said, society, like it kind of makes you feel like I have to do something profound, or I have to say this, I have to do that. And all that pressure kind of like clouds like the things you actually want to do.
Yeah.
So, what do you do when you are met with that sometimes? Because you're a pretty big public figure with a big public platform. You could walk outside, eat a hot dog. Someone would be like, oh, Marsha eats a hot dog. Like, it could be any little thing. So how do you make sure in those moments that you allow yourself to still be the person outside of the celebrity?
I don't even feel like I am a celebrity, so I guess that helps.
Okay.
I feel like I'm the same dorky kid with glasses that love anime and cooking and love and all this stuff. I'm the same kid. I don't know. I don't feel like an adult with status. I don't feel like a celebrity. I hate the word influencer.
Okay.
I feel like that should be reserved for people who actually have real influence in the world, not like selling products or selling a lifestyle.
Yeah. Would you call those people more content creators, or would you what would you classify them?
Advertisers.
Advertisers. Okay, that's real too. Yeah, they just advertise things.
Yeah, advertisers. They're really good advertisers that can weave in a story. So storytellers maybe.
Okay.
Content creator as well.
Who do you feel is a true influencer? Like that you enjoy either following, listening to, reading. It doesn't have to be like the typical influencer or whatever. It can be just like anyone who you feel like has true influence and who may influence you in the day to day.
I'll give you two.
Okay.
Because I adore Barack Obama. Whenever that man talks, I'm sad. I listen.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Listening to you, like as you just said that, I heard Barack Obama. I feel like you have a good Barack Obama impression. I feel like
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. We could do it off camera, but I feel like if you tried it, I think it would. Even the laugh, like I think it would work. So
I appreciate that. Well, maybe because I've been listening to him a lot these days.
Okay.
I even went through his. I've listened to his audiobook 4 or 5 times now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's just something about how he delivers a message. It's like very endearing and thoughtful. Thoughtful is a good word, and I really appreciate that about President Obama. I would say the social media presence that is classified as an influencer and a content creator. I would say, there's a few, but I got to give it to my girl, Justine. Justine's camera roll.
Okay.
I mean, I tap in with her. Like we've known each other for almost a year now. We met at Adobe Max in Miami last year.
Right.
And we just kind of kept tabs on each other. We follow each other on social media, and she is killing it. We are rep by the same management company now, which makes me a little bit closer to her. I have a little less than 6 degrees of separation from her.
Yeah.
But I just love the messages that she puts out there because she's real. She does the advertisements, but she also lets people in. She lets people know the behind the scenes of what it's like to be a content creator, and she's teaching people, but she's also letting people know that, this world, it ain't for everybody. It ain't sweet.
No. It's very hard, actually.
It's very hard, and she does a very good job with putting that on display as a young, independent Black woman. And we need more in that space, and Justine is a shining example of that.
You need to send me her page after this.
I will.
Yeah, Justine, I'm going to follow you. So we have this other segment that I call the healing question. And this is where we really just like reflect and we just navigate and we just share our truths, and we're peeling back more layers of your onion. So, when you're someone who loves deeply, how do you unlearn loving people who aren't ready for that kind of love?
I don't know if you ever can, and I don't know if you ever should, because then that takes away a piece of who you are. If you are a person who loves deeply, and you're afraid of getting hurt, then I don't know if you were ever meant to love deeply.
Yeah.
in order to love deeply, you have to be vulnerable, and to be vulnerable, you have to have your arms open, and that just can't have a guard up if you love hard. If you are truly vulnerable, I have a lot of love to give, and I feel like I've been jaded from people in the past. I've been hurt. I put myself out there, and it's not reciprocated, but it happens.
Yeah.
I've never shut that side off of myself because I know that I don't want to change. I love who I am. I love the fact that I present myself that way. I love the fact that my heart's on my sleeve. I love that, and I'm never going to change that.
Is there anything you want to tell men who do not operate like that? I think a lot of times with men, because they're the ones that have to go in court. And, men are the ones that have to go and, let the person know they like them or really put themselves out there. A lot of times it is very hard for them because of the fear of rejection.
Yeah.
So is there a piece of advice or like a tidbit that you would kind of want to share to men who may not know how to love or be open like yourself, who may want to but are afraid to put themselves like that on display?
I mean, it takes practice. It's not going to come overnight, especially, let's be a little bit more niche here, especially in the Black community. Okay. Black men are not the most vulnerable in the world. Most guarded, most hated sometimes, most of the times. And that plays into the dating scene sometimes.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Sometimes, a lot of the time. I think sometimes, like, it depends, like, because, Black men sometimes, I think that there's just so many things that are, like, on our shoulders.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times it can just feel weighted, like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
You're trying to get up, and it's like another blanket's thrown on you, and then like another blanket's thrown on you. So it's like, you really have the space sometimes to be as vulnerable.
Yeah.
Do you know when you were, or the first time you were able to be vulnerable? Like, have you always been a vulnerable person, or like, was there something that kind of broke into you for you to be more vulnerable?
I can't remember a time when I wasn't vulnerable.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can answer that, because that's just something that I've always been skilled with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I get into that one, we all have different love habits.
Yep.
And I think sometimes as we get older and we evolve, we tend to like shed some of those. So it's like a love habit that you're trying to break and a love habit that you're proud you've built.
A love habit that I'm trying to break is expectation. You can expect so much out of somebody, and you want them to be your everything, your confidant, best friend, the homie, the lover. You want
like
them
a one-stop package.
You want them to be all of that.
Yeah.
And I have worked tirelessly over the past year and a half to identify the reasons why that has happened with me, and ways that I can relinquish that or release that expectation. And I feel like this is a story that's told many, many times. Like, when you get into a relationship, the homies be like, oh, I ain't gonna see Ty, I ain't gonna see Marshall anymore, because you're so involved with that person. And so I think creating healthy distance between you and the person who you want to be your everything, and create different people for these different situations. Like, if I need to vent, I'm gonna go to my fraternity brother. Okay. If I need to play video games and have fun, I'm gonna call my brother. I'm gonna call my cousin. I'm gonna have different people for these different things that I just don't feel like my partner should
different
have
pockets
to shoulder.
Of support.
Exactly.
I love that.
And so one of the things that I feel like I'm proud that I built is emotional resilience. You have to have a level of get back.
Yeah.
Get up and get back.
Yeah.
When it comes to love.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a relationship or you're on the dating scene, you have to have resilience. And I feel like I've almost mastered that part.
Do you remember the first couple that showed you what a healthy relationship looks like? It could be on television, it could be people who you've seen in person. Like, who was that for you? And what was something that you learned from them that you want to adapt into your next relationship?
Yeah, I would say my cousins, Pam and Pete. They were the Pete has since passed away, but Pam is still alive, and she's the rock of the family, and she's always served as that. Both of them, they were the matriarch and the patriarch of the family on my father's side, and they always hosted everybody. They were always encouraging the young kids to do well in school. They were the voice of reason for the older folks. They were just the pinnacle of what I believe to be a healthy and beautiful marriage.
I love that.
And I looked up to that for a very long time, and I'm so glad that I had them as a role model, because I take bits and pieces of that with me everywhere. Like, okay, because I was old enough to know what it meant for a man to contribute before Pete passed away, and I take pieces of that with me. Like, okay, what would Pete do in this situation?
Yeah.
He would open the door.
Pete's a good teacher.
Yeah. Let me get out and open the door for her.
We love Pete.
Let me stand up if she's leaving from the table. Let me pull her chair out. Let me do these things that I remember Pete doing for Pam.
He's a true gentleman.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you think men in our generation are finally starting to learn how to love and love others again? Because I think there was like a small period that I see on social media and people say it in passing, like, oh, like I just don't feel like it's like how it was back in the day. Mm-hmm. Do you think that men are beginning to get back to that, or do you think they're just still concerned with how they look online?
I feel like we have a lot of work to do, but the work that we've done is definitely in the right direction. I feel like we're a generation of healing. Mm-hmm. We are talking about a lot more things than the previous generation in terms of healing and breaking generational curses, and I think challenging the status quo within the dating realm has been at the forefront in our generation. We have done a really good job with making sure that people's voices are being heard in the dating world.
I love that. Yeah. You know, people would consider you a good guy. Like that's, I feel like, a trope in itself as well sometimes. I think because, you know, when you hear, oh, you're the good guy, sometimes it can be positive, and then sometimes it can be like, oh, well, you can like potentially like, you know, run over them or something like that. Mm-hmm. So what's something you have to learn and unlearn when it comes to being the good guy, quote unquote, in these relationships?
I had to learn that being a good guy can be almost like fake. Mm-hmm. You know, you can do things, but then confuse yourself by other people saying, oh, he's a good guy, but you're doing some weird shit behind closed doors, or you're not necessarily living up to that standard within yourself, but you're just like latching onto what other people are saying about you. And so, oh no, I'm a good guy. Yeah, I broke her heart, but hey, I'm a good guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that I had to learn how to separate that, and to just live in the truth that I can be good, but I can also do bad things. And it takes accountability to not to reverse the bad things, but to acknowledge the bad things and move forward. Because when you're thinking about being a good guy or a good person, you can often ignore the bad things that you do. But it's important to know that you're human and things are going to happen, and you have to be able to take accountability for that.
What would you say was harder? Because I feel like either one of these options for me, and I actually dealt with one of them in college, and it was a lot when you're dating somebody and it's public. What was harder, falling in love on camera or falling out of love in public?
Falling out of love in public hurts. It's like a chink in the armor.
Agreed.
People start to make their own conclusions about who you are as a person, why you did what you did, how your relationship ended the way that it did, and they just don't know. There's so much that you just don't know. There's so much that the both of us are choosing to withhold.
Yeah.
To protect ourselves, to protect the other person. And so how do you move move within that landscape when people are making all these accusations about you and your motives, and that hurts. When you don't know what the other person is going to say, they're hurt and they want to slander you or whatever it is. You don't know. People do weird things for attention.
They do.
And so having to monitor your heart while also monitoring the comments is challenging.
I can empathize and sympathize, as I went through that myself in college. When you're walking around, like I was walking on campus, and people have these just like prejudgments on what they think. I heard this, or they said this, or etc. And it's challenging. I feel like it's you learn a new sense of strength. Mm-hmm. That's how I kind of see it. Like I didn't think I was that strong doing something like that, and then I realized, wait a minute, like I can kind of navigate this, and I can find a way to do so. So I can empathize with that. Yeah. My final one is this. We have a last segment. It's called Her Heartbeat. Mm-hmm. And it's, the way that you love and the way that you just like show up in the world with your heart beating. So if your future partner was watching right now, what's 3 things you'd want them to know about how you love, and maybe 3 things you would want to see from them on how to love you?
Okay, so 3 things on how they would love me.
Yeah, and 3 ways how you want them to know you would love them.
Future partner. I'd want you to know that I'm going to do everything I can to protect whatever we have. That I'm going to unconditionally love you no matter what happens. And that you will be protected through it all. And how I would want to be loved is, just basic reciprocity.
Okay.
Love me, I love you. Respect me, I'll respect you. Carry your weight,
Yeah.
Because sometimes a lot of people think that it's 50-50. It's 100-100. You carry your weight. And I'll carry mine. And just be my peace. I mean, we kind of talked to it earlier about we have to go out there and we got to fight every single day.
A weighted blanket.
When I come home, I want you to take those blankets off.
Yes. You
want
to breathe a little
more
bit.
Blankets on me.
Don't add any more blankets.
And then just tying it back to the reciprocity piece. I'll do the same for you.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that this is the haven. This is our relationship is a safe haven, as long as I feel it's coming from the other side as well.
I love that. So it's the holiday season, and there's a lot of great couples. But I also feel like a lot of times people may, break up with their couple as well. Yeah. So for those who may be single during this season, what is something that you want them to always remember?
Being single in the holiday season can be difficult. Just remember that you're not alone. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people out there who are experiencing the same thing that you are, and so lean in on your support system, your family, your friends, whatever is around you. Try to focus on the beauty of what the holidays is, and not necessarily on the fact that you are single.
Yeah.
Because it's just, that's just what God does. God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Places hardships and blessings in our lives at any moment.
Yeah.
And unfortunately sometimes that's just being single on the holidays. But hey,
I mean, it's a fun time.
Don't mean he don't love you.
Right. I mean, that's more champagne for you. You don't got to share it now.
Exactly.
You know, we always talk about how Christmas gifts and giving gifts and etc. So what would you say, if we're not talking about it in a superficial way, what would you say is your greatest gift?
Wow. How deep you want to go?
We got some time.
My greatest gift that was given to me.
Given to you and or what you have developed or probably recognized. Because we all have gifts.
Yeah.
And when you begin to tap into them, you recognize, oh, wow, this has been my biggest superpower the whole time. I just didn't recognize it.
I would say my ability to love. I mean, we talked about it we're here with love.
Right.
With Ty Cole.
Okay, so your love is your greatest gift.
I would say so. I give it to everybody. Mm-hmm. Walking past the street, you're going to get a warm welcome from me. If it's nonverbal or verbal. Okay. I give it freely. Yeah. And I'm never depleted. I don't have to recharge. It's a renewable energy source within me that I feel like is a gift. Okay. Not everybody has that. Yeah. And I used to think that I needed to be reserved about that or protective over it because a lot of people, I felt like a lot of people had it. Like everybody does this. Yeah, yeah. But not a lot of people do. And I'm so just enamored by the fact that I can give that. Mm-hmm. I can do that, and I give it freely, like I said, and I have no regrets about that.
Do you know the greatest gift a partner has given you, and what's the greatest gift you gave to a partner?
The greatest gift that a partner has given me, their time. Time is precious.
We love that.
Time is precious. They have given me their time, and I'm grateful for that. Mm-hmm. Whether it didn't work out or whatever. I mean, obviously I'm single now, so it didn't work out, but I'm always grateful for the time that we did spend together. Okay. Because they did not have to do that. They willingly gave me their time. And I mean, I did too, but I never take that for granted. I never take the time that we had and the things that we shared for granted. The greatest gift that I've given a partner is,
what has it been? What's the greatest gift you gave them? And you can't say your love.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a really good question. Okay. I was gonna say my love, but okay, the greatest gift that I've ever given, I would say is just like it just comes in the form of thoughtfulness.
Okay, being thoughtful.
Being thoughtful and monitoring certain conversations and making sure that I'm solving those little problems without them ever knowing. Okay. And I feel like that could be
acts of service, basically.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest gifts that I feel like I took the time to make sure that I gave. Okay. Was just making sure that, hey, you don't ever got to worry about your kind bars not being in the cabinet. You don't got to worry about your car never being without a gas. There's like those certain things that I would make sure just compound.
Ladies, on your Christmas list, okay, I can't even speak because that just gagged me. On your Christmas wish list, you might want to get you a Marshall. Okay, gas will always be full. You're going to probably get a couple of treats. You're going to get the quality time, the love. Yeah. Like, I just feel like someone's going to probably have to wish for you. I'm sure you're in somebody's prayers right now.
Well, maybe that'll be answered here soon. We'll see.
Maybe 2026 and you come back. My final one for you is this. This is about you now. What does it look like when Marshall loves himself out loud?
When I love myself out loud, I am the most creative, vivacious, bubbly personality that you'll ever meet.
Yeah. You're really fun, too.
I'm fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really, really fun. And I know how to have a good laugh. I don't take myself too seriously. Yeah. I let go of whatever guardrails I feel like I need to have for myself when I'm fully like in love with myself. Yeah. And I feel like I'm there. First time in a long time. It's just certain things that I have to address in order to continue that relationship with myself.
I love that. Yeah. Did you have a good time with us today, Marshall?
I had a great time.
Did you really?
I had a great time.
You're
good at what you do.
10 years in, I hope I am. Listen, where can folks find you? What can we expect next coming up? Let us know everything so folks can support you.
Yeah, you can find me on social media at Marshall Glaze, pretty much everywhere. Definitely gonna start that YouTube back up.
I'm saying.
Make some long form content. And you'll just have to see what's next for me. I don't know. I feel like I'm phasing out. I feel like I'm kind of big on the back shelf, but I'm still trying to like hold it down for the people that hold it down for me.
I wouldn't say phasing out. I think you were just being a phoenix and you're entering into a new type of like space. I think the old you was being shedded, whatever that looked like, and I feel like you're entering into a new way of how Marshall will look and how you show up in the world in the space.
I appreciate
So you're not phasing out. You're just starting anew.
I appreciate that.
See how we did that?
Yeah.
Listen, make sure you guys keep it locked here, keep watching, and please, please, please support Marshall.